Hey! Oi! This is the University Life.
Hello and welcome to the University Life, the ultimate student survival guide. Now, I wasn't actually sure what to do for this video, but then a friend came up to me, well, on Facebook, they came up to me on Facebook, and they're like, yeah, you should do a Q&A video. This video is for people who are going into university in September or anytime in the next year or so. But anyway, I went to Twitter and I basically just said, give me your questions about university and I'll answer them as best as I can, so yeah. Hey, if you want to interact with me in my future videos, here's the links. You know what to do. Okay, first question. So Connor Jones asks, is it harder than A-levels, easier, or the same? It's kind of hard to answer. It's like the short answer is yes and no. Like when you compare it to just the first year of university, the content isn't really that much different. There's actually quite a lot of overlap if you're doing a course related to your subject. So I'm doing medical science, so there's a lot of overlap from biology in the first year. The main thing that makes it much harder, in my opinion, is that in A-level you're pretty much spoon-fed everything. They're like, this is how you should answer the question, this is how you should word it, and like it's very specific. But in university that's not the case because you're paying for the education, you're paying like 9,000 a year, so you know they really don't give a shit if you fail. It relies a lot on self-motivation, just staying on top of your work, but you know, as long as you attend every lecture, you should be able to manage. Lewis Laughlin, hey, the same name as me, Lewis. He asked, do people make forts? All the time. Right, so Beth, that's the person who actually asked me to do this video, she asked, is it easy to manage your finances? Right. Let's be honest, unless you do drugs, which I don't, but you know, you do you. I'd say you can manage it, but you need to have your priorities in order, so, you know, like, I have friends that come up to me and they're like, oh, I've got no money, but like, that buying weed in the same day. I'm like, you don't have money for food, but you can still buy weed. It's just like, anyway. But yeah, in short, just manage your priorities, make sure you plan ahead, and it should be alright. Okay, so Beth actually sent me that question while she was with a friend, and her friend had a really good question. She doesn't have Twitter, so I can't really credit her in the video, so I'm just gonna make up a name. So Too Cool for Twitter asks, is balancing a job and a degree something you'd recommend, or do you know anyone with the same experience? Right, this is a really good question. So it honestly depends on what degree you're doing. So if you're doing like an easy degree, like Bachelor of Arts, oh god. If you got a lot of free time, then it's great to have a job. The extra money is so good. Like I said, I do medical science, so I'm in Monday to Friday. I don't finish until like 4 or 5 p.m. most days. So in my case, it's really difficult to balance a job. At the moment that your job starts to impact on your studies, then it's probably best that you quit that job. But you know, in some cases, you might actually need the money. What I would personally do is just work as much as you can throughout the summer, get up as much money as you need. Also depends on your employer. If they're really super cool and they get that you've got a degree, they should be quite lenient with the hours. They can be flexible. In that case, it's great. The last thing you want is someone coming up to you like the day before an exam like,
hey you, I need you to work tonight.
What, work tonight?
Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so Kia asks, how do you make the adjustment to university from past forms of education? So it's a fair enough question to ask. It's definitely good to make a lot of friends at the start of uni. It just makes the whole thing a much smoother transition. Because you know, if you're by yourself all the time, it's not a nice place to be because you can get quite isolated and you know, a lot of people can get homesick. But yeah, just surround yourself with your course mates, get fully immersed into it, make sure you attend every lecture, just keep on top of your notes and you should be alright, to be honest. I don't know if you saw the video where I did the A3 sheets. I've been doing that as a revision tool and it really helps. So yeah, just stay on top of your revision. You should make the adjustment pretty quickly. Beth Patterson, I'm not sure. There's quite a lot of Beths actually. What are the best and worst things about uni in your opinion? Okay, question obviously differs from person to person, but the best thing for me is definitely the freedom. It sounds really sad, but stupid things like being able to decide what you buy for shopping and when you eat. It's like these things actually make a big difference, especially if you're like really into your fitness and trying to stay healthy. I know personally, when I was back at home, I'd try and eat healthy. I'd be like, "Hey mum, can I start eating this now?" And she'd be like, "No, just eat your fish fingers. How are those smiley potatoes for you?" But at the same time, it's probably the worst thing as well, because it's pretty much a double-edged sword. You've got the freedom to do whatever you want, and that also means there's no one there to tell you to do the work. If you don't do it, you fail, basically. You come into uni, you've had like 8 weeks of doing nothing in the summer, or unless you've worked, but I mean like study-wise, you've not really done anything. Unless you're like one of those freaks that looks up the reading list and they've already bought the books. I mean, you know. I'm rambling now. Best and worst thing is the freedom. Okay, so Fadil asks, how do you get good grades without studying at all? #lol. I mean, is there a way? Winky face. I mean, I don't know. I can give it a go. Focus. Clear your mind. Do absolutely nothing. It's not working. This next question, it was from Beth Hayward, another Beth. She didn't tweet it to me, she sent me as a, direct message. So her question is, as there's so many different unis out there, how did you start looking and how did you know which ones were right for you? It's actually a really interesting question. I didn't really put much thought into it. All I can say is just go to an open day. So I know depending where you live, a lot of people tend to go to the same unis. Everyone and their mum from where I live went to Manchester, so sometimes that can dictate your decision. I mean, I wouldn't be influenced too much by what your friends are doing. When I came to Leeds, I was the only person from my friendship group that actually came here, and I think it's better when you're by yourself. It just forces you to get out there, meet people. A lot of people like to go to the world rankings. But no, yeah, just choose the places that you like the look of, because at the end of the day, you're going to be living there for either 3 years or 5 years, depending what course you do. So I would definitely visit the place before you go, just to get a feel for it. You might go somewhere that you thought was a good idea, and then when you're there, you're like, no, this ain't me. But then you could go to one place and be like completely in love with it. So to answer it in short, just go to open days, check the rankings to make sure it's not a pile of wank like Kiel. No offense, Kiel. No, I'm just joking. So you should already know that you like the place before you get there, because if you don't know before you get there, that's a pretty big gamble, because you're going to be living there for 3 years. So if you hate the place, you're probably going to change uni or drop out, so you really don't want to do that. Right, I think I'm going to end it there, mainly because I don't have any more questions. I sent a post on Facebook, so all the questions you saw was from Twitter, but I also did the same thing on Facebook, and in fairness, 4 people shared it. So I don't really know that many people in the last year of sixth form, so I was just spread it out to your friends, see if anyone comments, and no one commented, so yeah, it was pretty awkward. But anyway, I just got to thank you guys for that, and I got so many nice messages, and I got to talk to some of my subscribers on Twitter, and it was just really cool. So yeah, it's something I'll definitely do in the future. Yeah, that's it for now. So, you've gone and earned yourself. Yep, 100 life points as usual. I really need to change that at some point. But like the video if you enjoyed it, share it with your friends if you think it was useful. If you're new and you want to see some more content, subscribe and join the union. And apart from that, I'll see you in the next one. So yeah. Bye.